Alright, hello Magic friends. We are doing another Brawl Challenge deck, this time with Sythis the Harvest Hand. He's all about enchantments, so he's only a 2-mana commander, which makes him really easy to play, and whenever you cast an enchantment spell, you gain a life and draw a card. So he's got a really strong effect. So, you know, it's pretty much just all good enchantments, mostly cheap ones that you can play easily, with some big bombs at the end to try and finish out the game. So it's a pretty straightforward deck. Just get out enchantments for value and control, and then beat the crap out of your opponent with the creatures you're playing along the way. Finish them off with a Crater Hoof, or you can get like a Nyx Bloom Ancient out and just be able to play everything you draw. Yeah, pretty simple deck for the most part, but it can be pretty fun to play. So let's see if we can get 5 wins before we get 5 losses. See if we can play constant enchantments, which is what we want to do with this deck. So the way that this deck gets beat is by if my opponent has enough removal spells to just keep Sythis off the board. The deck can win without him, but it's really difficult to do because you really need him for the card draw. Because the biggest weakness that white-green has is a lack of good card draw, and without him on the board, you run out of gas pretty easily. So hopefully we can play in such a way that my opponent can't keep Sythis off the board. I'm just going to count on something. If we can ever find a matchup. And hopefully we don't just play against another toxic deck. That's all I've been seeing all day for the most part. I understand it's new and it's shiny and all that, but it's not even really that good in Brawl, probably. Unless it's like Finn the Fangbearer, and that's about it. And even that isn't a great deck. It's probably the only one that can really utilize it effectively. But who knows, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe Golos will. No green mana sucks. Other than that, it's actually got some decent stuff in it that I would like to play. If I had a green mana, this would definitely be a keep, 100%. Even without the green mana, I'm tempted to keep it because if I draw just one forest in the next 2 turns, this hand becomes very strong. I don't think I want to take the chances against the Golos deck, though. And no white mana this time. Alright, Arena just doesn't want to give me a playable hand, apparently. Probably gonna have to go down a card here, because this deck definitely doesn't function without white mana. More so than without green, for the most part, because the white mana is the removal. I mean, I can play Ranger class. If I draw... Again, this is another hand. If I draw a white mana, we're golden. It's a good hand, but can't take the chance against the Golos deck. Golos is just too strong. Alright, at least this time we've got both colors. Got a Snakeskin Veil too, which is really good because that helps keep Sythis alive. Trying to decide what I'm ditching here. Probably just the Guardian Project. I mean, honestly, this card is probably not even necessary in the deck, but it's more like a backup in case I can't get my Sythis down. Yeah, that can go to the bottom. And this is one of those decks that can survive mulliganing down a little bit because I get so much card draw off of Sythis of the theory that we can make up for it later in the game pretty easily. It is unfortunate we didn't have an untapped white to get this going right away, but it's alright. It's also a good draw. We're going to play this guy first so we can get our enchantment reduction in, and if my opponent does have some early spot removal, I'd rather kill that than Sythis. And this way, if he does live, we play Sythis and we can also play another enchantment. So I think I want green mana out of this. Sythis. I think I'm just going to play the Ranger class. Tempted to hold up the Snakeskin Veil instead, but if he didn't have removal for this, he might have been saving it for Sythis, but I think that it's likely he doesn't have it. I assume a Golos deck isn't going to have a whole lot of like the cheap spot removal. Maybe more about bigger spells, most likely. Probably some board wipes in the deck, maybe. Depends on what kind of Golos deck you're doing. That'll be a Super Friends deck, I'm guessing, then. This card does seem cool. definitely one of the cards from the set that I think is more interesting than most. Oh, we drew another land, that's good. I think I'm just going to have to start going for some straight up beatdown here. So let's get that going. I think I'm just going to put it on... Actually, you know what? I'm going to put it on the token. Those are high value targets anyways. That I think. I'm just going to pump it all up on the token. We can hold up our Snakeskin Veil right now just in case. And hit him real hard. And this is how you kill Golos, though. You gotta kill him quick before he starts getting this craziness going. He still can't play his Golos yet, so if he doesn't have exactly like a 4-mana board wipe, he's dead. I guess spot removal, no, it still wouldn't work because of my Snakeskin, so yeah, he's probably dead here. Yeah, that was some incredible top decks there. And sometimes Sythis can do that. It is what makes him good. Alright, so we are 1-0. Let's start with Sythis. Four-mana Omnath. It's a cool deck. Hopefully we can stop him from going off. Well, this hand seems pretty reasonable. Really hope we just draw any basic land here on this next draw, then okay, I feel justified in just playing Arcane Signet, and then the next turn I definitely have Sythis and Daxos. If I don't draw a land here, though, I might just play the Sythis. Or a Naturalist. Probably still better off going for the Signet, though. Yeah. We don't have to go super fast against Omnath necessarily, so hopefully we draw a land this coming turn. That would be very nice. Really, any land that comes in untapped would make us have a very good turn next turn. Or maybe a 1-mana enchantment would still be okay. Or for Booter. I know people still played this card. I remember when he was considered a really strong card. That was a long time ago. Ooh, we drew the land. Awesome. So we'll play Sythis first. Natural second. Play Booter. I'm okay with this if he wants to trade. Hopefully he doesn't get a spell to kill Sythis here. Though it wouldn't be that big a deal because we can just replay him, but it would be much better to just play some enchantments first. Did he discard Escape Shift? That makes sense. Makes sense to have that in the deck, I suppose. Yeah, the red one. Oh, Valakut Explosion. It's a really fun card. I like that card a lot. Not sure I want this to be white or green, so I'll just put it first. I don't think it really matters which one I play first. Which this one. Let's see, draw. Ooh, a Sythis. Suddenly, Arena is giving me some good draws. I just have to hope my opponent doesn't bluff with some kind of board wipe. That would definitely be bad for us. I think I'm going to put these 3+1 counters on Sythis. Normally, I would rather spread it out onto something that's less of a high priority target, but since he's got red, that'll put it out of range of like bolts and stuff that he might be running. Discards Chromatic Orrery, okay. Is he not getting land in his landfall decks? That would be sad for him. Oh, we got it. It's a double Valakut trigger. Hopefully there's anything too good off of this. So far, just Glass Pole Mimic, which isn't really going to do much. So the one thing that's good is that if he doesn't run anything that would creatures probably red. I mean, he does have white in that. If he has anything he's going to play now, it would be red. So I'll be able to save mana up for my LC to protect my commander as well. So yeah, I'm going to do this. Just so he's a little harder to kill for red mana. I would play the Daxos. Draw a couple of cards here. Came out of both of them as well. Oh, we're just drawing land though, that's a little sad. And I'm not going to swing with that turn this time. I am fine with him trading his looter for any of those. Now we do have some protection for our stuff. We pretty much have enough on this board to win, so I don't really need to commit more to the board. I mean, I'm only 2 turns away from Greater Hook if he does manage to get up some blockers, but Frilled Mystic, not one you want to hit off Valakut. He's digging. Not sure what he could even get at this point that would really save him. Maybe a River's Rebuke, but he definitely, you know, he can't even play another land, so I don't know. He doesn't even have any white mana, so there's no board wipe I have to worry about. I don't think there's any good white mana board wipe for 1 white mana that he doesn't even have it. I mean, I guess he could like Harrow into Wrath of God or something like that. I have, okay. That's probably not gonna do it. Pretty much winning here. I don't think we quite have lethal on him this time, but especially just drawing up lethal on. Oh, okay, maybe we do have lethal on him now. So he's at 11. Wow, that's a lot of damage. This. That's just lethal right there, so it's just not dilly-dally. He sees it. Getting some really above-average draws with the Sythis deck right now, and that's definitely a big contributing factor for why these wins have seemed so easy. They're definitely not always like that against these kind of decks that we've played against. That was definitely a really bad draw for the Omnath deck. He really just didn't have anything, and he was also missing his white mana, didn't get any ramp spells. don't know what's in the deck, but I assume that was a bad draw for him. Once in a while, the luck goes my way, and that's definitely how I feel these last 2 games with this deck. I feel like we got some very lucky cards. Kaya the Inexorable. Okay, that's going to be a tough match, I think. Again, unless we just get really lucky again. My opponent gets really unlucky. But a white-black control deck could really keep my Sythis off the board really effectively. I mean, this hand isn't terrible, it's just that I definitely cannot depend on my Sythis surviving to get more cards, so I kind of have to think about my hand being able to win without Sythis. I'm just not sure this hand would do that, but it could. I think I'll take the chance. I mean, I do have a Cultivate for ramp if I draw 1 more land. I can go get my best auras. I think we'll go for this. It could be a better hand for sure, but it could be worse too, so. I just sacked the Fabled Passage right away, typically because in Brawl there's just like really no way for your opponent to screw you over for not waiting. And I just hate sitting there having to go through all the like triggers, through the phases and all that. It's just a waste of time. I'm going to play Sythis, see if he's got some immediate removal, get that out of the way. If he does kill it, we'll drop down the Ranger class probably. Maybe I'll just cultivate, as expected. First one out. Yeah, I think I'd rather cultivate, especially after drawing Shalai. That's a good draw. I think we'll just get one of each, right? Alright, so I don't want to just slam the Shalai and have it die immediately. I'd rather wait and play the Shalai when I can play the Sythis as well, so I'm going to try and wait until we have 8 mana for that. Again, this doesn't have to be a fast deck, so against the Kaya deck, it's probably going to be a long game anyways. I'm actually thinking about just slamming the Vivian right now. I'm actually tempted to just kill his Arcane Signet too, so we can't just play his Commander next turn. I hate killing people's mana rocks. I think it's kind of a dick move, but I really am going to be falling way behind if he gets that Kaya going without me having any way to deal with it. So I think that is the best play. Next turn I can get some mana from her if she's still alive. And she might even eat some removal, which would be fine. Sash is fine, doesn't really do anything to my deck. Very little graveyard interaction. Okay. I am okay with this. Now he's down to 3 cards, and this is how we're going to beat a white-black control deck, is you gotta essentially just run him out of resources, using up stuff that you know he wants to kill. I'm actually tempted to do the Shalai now after all. I was thinking about waiting until I had the 8 mana. But I think if I do this and this, I'm pretty guaranteed to at least have 1 creature on the board, so he can't just slam his Kaya. Yeah, I think it's going to be better to do it that way. Just play this first. I guess I should have played this first, just in case of like cut down or fatal push. Alright, so now even if he just slams Kaya and kills Shalai, we can actually kill his Kaya back. So. As much as I would have liked Shalai to... Oh yeah, that sucks. Unfortunate for us. But I definitely cannot just not play anything, because if I just let his Kaya like land with no threats on the board, and I have to have more than 1 threat. So I'm thinking... Probably just Sythis and Legion Landing. It'd be nice if we draw another 1-drop green spell that we can cast, but I doubt it. It'd be really nice to draw a protection spell. Right. Now we at least have a way to threaten Kaya a little bit. Don't grasp on Sythis. I'm cool with that now. Now he's got one card in hand, so yeah, we're in a pretty... Oh, that's awesome. It's just a way to kill Kaya there. I think I'm just gonna slam my Sythis back down at this point. Now that my opponent is essentially out of cards, just about. And now, even if it kills my Sythis again this turn, I've still got a bunch of other stuff I can play that are going to work out pretty well for us, I think. So we don't need Sythis. Sythis is just a gravy at this point. I think this hand is going to be winning against his deck most likely. Had a farewell, but it's not that bad. That was a desperation play by the opponent, so we will take advantage of that. Ooh, Sterling Grove is nice. Wish I drew that earlier. But alright, we can play Destiny Spinner. I think I'm going to get this going now. Actually, maybe not. Yeah, because then we can still do the Sterling at the same time. So. Yeah, let's do it. I lose some value on this card, but it's fine. Oh, this guy isn't. Can't cast non-creature spells for a turn. Alright, well, opponent is top decking like a bad move. So. Oh, I have to actually pump one of his creatures, don't I? That's too bad. Oh, that's the wrong one to pump too, because now I can't. Ah, whatever, he can draw a card, I don't really care. So I can just play a creatures here. Don't care. Set up for things for next turn. My biggest worry is, like, he plays Kaya, he sacks this, so I can't kill Kaya right away. I still can't target my stuff, so it's not really that big a deal. Halfling End can actually kill him. Oh. So, your opponents can't cast non-creature spells this turn. Alright, I think that's what I'm going to do then. You're gonna have, I let him draw a card. I should have hit that with the enchantment. That was a mistake. I wasn't really paying attention. Giving him a card shouldn't be really that big a deal. I actually find that way more annoying than Esper Sentinel. So that's all I have left of creatures anyway. Which one do I get with him? I think we're definitely going to go for something. Pump or whatever. We'll take the Ancestral Mask. No attack. So we definitely fucked up that turn a little bit by pumping that instead of attacking. Cost us 2 damage, gave him a card draw. It wasn't necessary. Hopefully it doesn't end up running us too bad. Had his Ranger back. He didn't play it though. But I feel like we've still in a pretty good shape here. I mean, I think I'm gonna throw it on the lifelinker. It is unfortunate that he is not protected, but I couldn't target the things that are anyways. So. But we can make an angel token anyway. I was just thinking about if I want to sack this thing, but I don't have to decide that just yet. But I think I might end up sacking this on his end step, depending on what he does here. To go get something to make sure we can kill him this turn. He's got to go for the Kaya now and kill this, right? And even then, it's not really great for him. That's fine. And we still have lethal. That might give him enough of another blocker to not lethal him. Yeah, so we'll see what he does on my upkeep. I'm going to stop on my upkeep. Not doing it on my upkeep. Alright, we'll draw then. And, get rid of a blocker. And either way, this kills the captain, so I'm going to sack it so I can recast it, or I kill the captain. That's fine. Got no more non-creature spells to play. Well, let's just go right at his face. Force him to block the 6/6. Put him in pretty good lethal range, and all this can do is +1, so I played his Kaya way too late, which is good for us. Definitely should have slammed that earlier, I think. He might have had a chance if he did. And yes, I would have removed it, but then my removal spell would have been used on that, which he can just recast. Okay, gain some life. I don't think it saves him though. Because all that glitters, is that going to be enough to kill him? Might be. I'm going to sack this now. What do I have on the board for damage? 4, 5, 10, 11, 12, 13. So I need to find... Will all that glitters be 7 damage? All the glitters would be another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's one short. It's unfortunate. I don't think I have anything that'll do more damage than that. Still probably the best thing to grab. Wait, do I have enough to draw a card? No, not even close. Let's throw all that glitters onto this guy. Now the question is, do I want to kill Kaya since I don't have lethal anyways? 11, 17... Wait, did I miscount? Do I have lethal? 2, 3, 9, 16... Oh, I do have lethal, okay. For some reason I thought I was one off. Cool. Well, that was definitely not an easy match, but we came out ahead. I think my opponent made the mistake of like trying to play around things too much by not playing his Kaya earlier. I see people do that sometimes and then they just wait too long and it's just too late by the time they play their commander, where it's like, in my opinion, it's better to just play your commander and let him get killed, because he comes back eventually. Let them waste their removal resources on your commander instead of stuff that doesn't come back, you know? Especially a commander like that just comes down and kills something immediately. You're always going to get value out of it. But I know there was a turn there where he could have played the Kaya, killed one of my creatures, and then I wouldn't have been able to kill the Kaya. I would have only done 1 damage to it. And I think Kaya lives to that, right? She has 2 counters left after she -3s. So that would have put them in a better position. Then they could have played creatures, put a ghost counter on one of the creatures right away. I don't know. There was that one turn for sure where they just chose not to play the Kaya, and I thought they should have. And I think it ended up costing them the game. I think he might have won the game if he had played the Kaya on that turn early on. At least would have made it a lot harder for us. Three mana. I Finn doesn't want to play against Sythis. what a time to live in. I'm not counting that as a real game, but... Finn auto concedes to Sythis. That's kind of crazy. Sythis isn't that good. It just isn't. Cool. I appreciate you watching, man. And I don't mind people lurking at all. I do it all the time on other people's channels, mainly because I watch Twitch through on my TV through my Xbox usually. Trying to chat on that with the Xbox controller is just really slow and annoying, so I hardly ever chat on there. Maybe with a couple of my friends that I watch stream here and there, but like I hardly ever watch it on like my my computer or whatever where I could actually chat fast. I also like just kind of having it on in the background when I'm doing other things. So, Bix, what colors are you going to make that control toxic deck, you think? I mean, obviously it's probably going to have blue in it for, if nothing else, just that one spell that what gives your opponent a poison counter and draws a card. That seems like a really good card for a toxic control deck. I assume white as well for like the Elish Norn and all that kind of shit. And some of the really good planeswalkers that go there. But are you going to add in like black or green or something like that as well, you think? Which I assume have the best toxic cards, because at least in the past those are always the best impact colors. Yeah, something in blue, yeah. I mean, with the mana base and standard, you can get away with a 3-color deck pretty easily if you have the cards. Man. Another one of those hands that if I had a white and a green in it, it would be so good. But having just 2 green, I mean, I have a Cultivate, which gives me some shot here, but... See, I'm up against a Garuk Cursed Huntsman. That's a 6-mana planeswalker, so I'm not going to deal with that for a long time. And I assume it's kind of be like a rule, kind of mid-range control deck. So this hand can probably deal with that if I can just draw a land in the first few draws. So that's pretty likely. I'm going to keep this hand, because if I do draw 1 planes, or even just any real land in the first couple draws, this hand's going to be pretty good once I get the Cultivate off. Oh, that wasn't a land, so that's good. That's excellent. Do I even want to cultivate right now? Part of me wants to play this so I can start drawing cards from it. I don't really want to drop the Sythis down just yet because we've got 2 mana open, and it's very likely he has a 2 mana removal spell for it. Yeah, I think Cultivate is still better though. Still get 2 planes. That way I definitely have my land drop next turn, and we can at least get value out of Sythis no matter what. We can hold up removal again. Plus, if I hold on to this, like, it doesn't really change the value I get out of it. If I play Sythis first and then play this, I still draw cards. So it doesn't really make much difference. Authority is decent. Alright, so I can play Sythis, and then I might just start playing the 1-drops. Just hold this up too. So if he has in-speed removal right now, I'll only get 1 draw out of it. And I also hold up swords. Yeah, I think that's fine. Just this and I'll force him to have it, basically. Oh, he didn't have it. He was blocking. Or he just didn't have anything else to do. Alright, let's drop this thing. And I'll hold up the other mana for this guy to protect protection, maybe some sorcery removal. Oh, and we got a Snakeskin Veil too, sweet. Pretty good. I think we're doing fine. I really was expecting him to have Infernal Grasp or Heartless Act or Power Kill or something like that there. He has a shield red. Okay. Probably going to slow that on my upkeep. Yeah, we will take a damage. Gain probably wanted to hold that to block, but I'm fine with that. Yeah. Let's just get rid of this guy right now. There was basically no world where I was going to draw something I wanted to do over that. So, wait, did I just click ahead to attacks by accident? Well, that sucks. At least I didn't get anything that was going to pump him. But I might have drawn into it, so that was a mistake. But yeah, I guess I'll attack. Attack to do this thing. And let's just play this thing. Keep him in open. Oh, we got land. Let's call it. I think I'd rather hold the mana for Snakeskin Veil. Oh, I got the Owl Seed. That's probably enough. Yeah, let's get this down while I can, actually. Make it harder for my opponent to hold up instant removals. Yeah, that seems fine. This guy's pretty good, too. Only thing that really would be annoying right now is some kind of board wipe from my opponent. Languish or Land and then Crux of Fate or something like that. Which he very well could have. He really wants to get that chip damage in. Seems like he'd be better held as a blocker right now. Hey, Crafter. Okay. Keeps his Playcrafter. Position. Okay. Now I'm actually just a little confused as to what the hell my opponent's deck is. Some kind of sacrifice deck, I guess? Ooh. That's big damage. Alright, so I definitely want to hold up 1 mana for the Snakeskin Veil for targeted removal. Though he hasn't had it yet, so he may not have it at all. I don't think I want to Anthem just yet. Alright, so we're going to play this guy because we want to get pulsar counters on him. Thinking I'm not going to do the mask just yet this turn. Oh man, Citizen Champion too. I think I'm going to hang on to the Citizen Champion for now. Just because if my opponent does board wipe or something, I'll at least have some good stuff in the back pocket. I'm going to get some card draw in here. I'm actually going to put it on this guy. July. Land, good. I was hoping to get land. So now we can probably play... Oh no, I can't play one more thing. I only have 3 drops left that I want to play. Unfortunate. I don't think I want to do this yet either. I'd rather save that Snakeskin Veil just in case. Tempting to do the Idyllic Tutor though. But let's just swing for 1. And we should be able to get a pretty good hit in next turn with this, if this all lives. I think even at this point I'd rather save this than Sythis for what Snakeskin Veil has. Target creature gains whenever this creature dies, returns to the battlefield tapped under its owner's control and +1 counter on it. Okay. So we're gonna sacrifice it to something? Only got 3 cards left in his hand. So what the hell is he up to with this? Is that an instant? Why the hell did you cast that without... I mean, did you think I would have blocked anyway? Destruction. What's this? just a destroy effect. Alright, so that comes in. I sacrifice to this first. And then I snakeskin. Oh, take that action. I snakeskin veil in response to that. And then my tools. That was a pretty weird-ass, complicated play my opponent did there. I guess that's what his deck's trying to pull off. It's definitely a sacrifice deck, obviously. Doing some really weird shit. Which, I appreciate the effort. Seems pretty convoluted to try and pull that kind of stuff off, but I got nothing else to do. I think I'm just going to drop the Shalai this turn, just to make my opponent's life hard. Since if he had a board wipe, he definitely would have done it there. I'm just going to Shalai and Ancestral Mask on the Untouchable. And for this, and we'll swing for a bunch of damage. So now my opponent has to kill Shalai and the Kami to deal with it. He only has one card in hand. All he can do is play Garruk, really, probably. Or he was holding on to a board wipe. Garruk doesn't really matter. He already played his land, so. I think my opponent's in pretty bad shape. Apparition's good. I think I'm just going to hang on to the apparition for something that actually might be dangerous, because right now I don't care about his creature. Apparition doesn't hit his Garruk, so I'm going to just probably cast Idyllic Tutor. Why auto tapper never wants to tap that for mana even when I'm tapping out. Like, not holding up enough to use it. It's so weird. What do I want? Actually, you know, I might just get something to. I don't have anything that's reducing casting damage. Yeah, let's do this. Oh yeah, that's just lethal anyway. That's right, just pump 2 from that if I'm not the pump from the Ancestral Mask. Damn. Sythis is on fire tonight. I haven't played this deck in a while, but usually I don't remember it doing this, like, much of a stomping to people. 4-0 right now, jeez. Tetiova, huh? Should be an interesting match anyway. Decks in some ways do similar things. Man, Another hand that would be so good if I just had a Plains in it, but at least I have a Cultivate. I think it's kind of the same situation as last game. We just have to hope to draw one land in the first couple draws, and then we'll be golden. This is a deck we don't have to go super fast against, probably, so... Land. Well, hopefully we draw a land that's untapped this turn. If not, we're probably going to start ball buying quickly. This is not the other deck, because unless he also doesn't ramp here, we'll see. Not a ramp spell, okay. That's one that you play an extra land, but we're going to pay 3 back to it. Good, we drew the land. No issue. Another thing that's good about fighting a Tatiova deck is blue-green does not have a lot of good spot removal in the early game. Most of it requires them to have decent-sized creatures on the board. So it looks like we should be able to get our Sythis down, and then before he gets his Tatiova down, and then once he puts his Tatiova down, be able to kill the forward time, or maybe I'll just swords it instant step or something like that. We got all the glitters, so we'll be able to get some fast damage in soon. Play an additional 3 life, and then turns into a weird 3/3. Alright, so we're definitely gonna play Sythis. I don't think I care about either of those enough to hit them with that. So I think I'm just going to put this on... If I do that, though, I can't hold up the swords. I think I want to hold up the swords, because if he plays Tatiova and then plays like a sack land, like a Failed Passage or something like that, I wouldn't mind stopping some of his value. I think that's better than me getting this out right now. It's a little wasteful on mana, but it also holds this up, I guess, just in case. Yeah, that's all I'm doing. Yeah, you can have all the life you want. Life total doesn't really matter. This is Tatiova. Probably... Wait, can you play more than one land right now? This is not doing that anymore. Druid class isn't doubled up, right? I can't tell. Yeah, it doesn't even tell me. I'm annoying. I guess I'll just swords it now. Doesn't really matter. Might as well do it now before he draws a card. Maybe you could draw like a something to counter. Or something. Calyx is nice too, but I don't think I want to play it just yet. Keep mana, not using that. So. That's going to be useful. Alright, well, so we'll throw the damage and start chipping it down. And we have so many ways to deal with this Tatiova now. It's okay. She does not play attack. That was a new one. You may play lands from your graveyard. Choose target line from the card in the graveyard. Cast this bonus turn. Cast that card. I guess you should just bonus turn. Okay. Seems like a. I guess he's probably playing it just for play one from graveyard part. I'm guessing. Alright, well, I'm going to this. I'm going to do this to his. It's going to be to the mammoth. Doesn't really matter much. Since I am probably going to throw his other creature under it with Calyx as well. So let's just get rid of both his creatures for now. Have a borrow time with 2 creatures. Get something good. Well, Vanishing Light is probably what I want. I don't even think I want to Vanishing Light anything at the moment, but I think I'm going to kind of transformation this. Draw 2 cards. I'd really love to draw one of my enchantments that give flying so he doesn't just have a free block. In fact, I'll probably not even attack this turn, just to keep his Tatiova locked down for a minute. Oh boy. Yeah, I don't think the damage really matters enough right now. I'd rather not let him just block with his Tatiova and then recast it. I'll let him try and find a way around this first. And as a side benefit, if he does come up with some enchantment removal, he's most likely going to use it on that before that, so he's going to keep those creatures locked down. I don't even know if this is going to get any value this game. I haven't drawn any token generators. And actually, I think I remember last time I revamped this deck, I kind of cut out a lot of the token stuff, so I probably don't even need this in the deck anymore. It's still an enchantment, so I'll make note of this. Well, that's a lot less good when you're not drawing like 2 cards off of it. I don't give a shit about your life totals. Oh, does it? Well, I mean, probably have to run white for like to populate and farewell to make a control deck work in this meta, I would assume. But maybe that's not good enough, I don't know. I really haven't paid any attention to the standard meta at all this last couple of days, so. But I know at least before Phyrexia, aggro wasn't really much of a thing. There was a couple of them, but I really played a bolo. Yeah, maybe. Maybe I think it does have to have white in it to beat aggro. It's probably the only color that can really beat aggro right now because it has the 4 mana board white. Alright, what am I doing here? I don't really care too much about this board. I'm thinking about playing this Nyx Bloom Ancient. Yeah, I think that's probably best. Play the Nyx Bloom. See what I draw. And I can still play 2 more spells, or I should probably +1 Calyx first, but I don't think it really matters. I'm pretty sure I'm doing this no matter what. Oh, the attack and negation for it, nice. Guess I still draw a card. Oh, that makes me look sad. Guess I'll play it. And yeah. Now we might actually lose. Guess I shouldn't have gone for the next one. At least he's tied up on 5 mana. I didn't do that last turn. Alright, so Phallic, that dies either way. Oh, that's a 10-10 now. Yeah, I don't really mind killing that. Never expected it to stay that way forever. And 10 damage doesn't really matter, so... sure my opponent feels really confident being at 40 life. He seems to play as if he thinks life gain matters that much. And I don't know. I don't really think it does that much. Oh, we got a Castle Ardenvale. That's a token maker. So I can't banish him like that. But we can get Sythis bigger. Probably gonna want to banishing like the Bolo before he starts getting too much value out of that. I don't know. What do I want to idyllic tutor for? I might tutor for something that would kill that, maybe. If I have anything. Not here. Yep. Alright, let's do what I do first. Fine. Visitation is an interesting idea with Castle Ardenvale out, but I think I kind of want to deal with that 10-10 more. This one would do it, right? Because it's target creature will kill me, so that would do it. Well, Baffling End would too. Actually, exile his land so he can't just play it again on his graveyard too. And it's less mana, so Seal Away is kind of the same, but I think I'm going to go for the Baffling End actually. No more fat. And I think I just go for Shaline maybe? Oh, I think I am better off getting rid of Bolo. Oh, I should have plus Calyx earlier. Calyx has the nice ability of being able to basically just kill his commander. Ooh, I think we want that. I can replay that. Sweet. That doesn't give trample. Let's make my Sythis really huge right now and make him kill a Zeus. Wait, just took it? What? Not trample? Oh, it is trample. That's right, I gave it a training earlier. It is trample. Nice. Alright, scout down to 7. Wait, 1, 2, 3. Oh, I only discard one. Let's discard the first. Still has... Oh no, those aren't foretells. I thought he had something in foretell. Those are just land you can play out of the graveyard. Let's draw some cards here. 2 places Broker's Hideout. But he only has like 1 land available. I guess he has 3 available. I don't know what he can draw here that would matter much. Yeah, Vix also, I guess, Wait, oh, Meat Hook Massacre got banned, didn't it? I was gonna say Black could work with Meat Hook, but yeah, that's banned. Never mind. First things first, let's just do this. I'll put it under fertilizers. Because I don't think he's going to do that anyways. Wait, he let it though? Oh, okay. For a second I thought he was letting it happen. Definitely going to play Shy. Trenches. It's another way to kill his commander. Yes. And also make things untargetable. My opponent have another counter spell, so just not really paying attention, like I wasn't. I feel like I probably gotta cut this out of the deck. I really don't like Smothering Tide that much in one. Play this onto just get Sythis as big as I can. And I'll get 2 tokens. Fading Pokemon. Okay. Does he have another bounce spell? Probably should have done bounced him in response to me playing the Shalai, right? Get rid of all those enchantments. Because you have to block both your gooses now, you have 2. Not have another bouncer. It's good for me. Oh, that's pretty good with him being at 2. I mean, you're probably not going to stay at 2. At least it takes almost all his mana to cast that. So he'll end up at like 6 or something. Forgot about the life it gives it itself. Alright, opponent, you got 1 mana. What do you got? I mean, if he has another, like, 1 mana bounce spell for Sythis. Wait, oh, that's right, he can play more. So we got 2 mana. Does he have an answer? Gain 3 more life. Oh man. Well, that was a long fought battle. I probably could have won that game earlier if I was really dialed in there, but I was kind of distracted for a little of that game, so. But we went 5-0 with Sythis. That's pretty good. especially for a deck that I don't even consider to be like that super strong. We got some really good draws though. So my Sythis deck came out really nicely. Also didn't get any Mana Screw games, which helps a lot. All right, well, thank you for watching. So if you watched on YouTube, please like and subscribe, and if you have any comments, feel free. I will always read them. Happy gaming till next time.